Grizzy Hendrix did nothing wrong. Alright, skipping the old school intro today, I'm just gonna get this straight to the point. New setup to stand up. I need to get all my thoughts out on this whole stupid situation because this should never have even happened in the first place. So for those who don't know, basically, Stevie Knight, who I've talked about in the title of the video, is quite a big dude. He's a reactor who listens to hip-hop music and breaks down all the bars, and he recently held a giant tournament to get a bunch of underground rappers all together and break down their bars, see who's like the best rapper of all time, you know, compare them to one another. One of those rappers was Grizzy Hendrix, and another one of those rappers was Merkins. Keep these two in mind right now. So what happened is they kept going and going and going until the final round was Grizzy versus Merkins. Eventually, Stevie started shitting on Grizzy and saying that Grizzy was a horrible, horrible person, and now everyone on the internet seemingly turned against Grizzy. But what is it that he's apparently done wrong? Alright, so what happened was... Really? Okay, we're back. Let's get back into this mess. What essentially happened was everyone started complaining at Grizzy simply because he dropped out of the tournament. Now, what was Grizzy's reason to drop out the tournament? Well, the beat. Or at least so you'd think. What Grizzy did was he started claiming that the beat was trash. He was not a fan of the beat, which is perfectly fine, there's nothing against that. But he still said he would try to rap on it. But there was an issue. The tournament had specific limitations. The specific limitation was you had to talk about a specific subject on this specific beat. And man puts artistry above just plain rapping. You cannot give me a beat, give me a subject, and tell me to rap about that subject on that beat if it does not fit that beat. Now, personally, I completely understand this mindset. I'm not really someone who's released music, although I am technically a rapper. I do consider myself a rap artist. I completely understand Grizzy's mindset. If you have a beat which does not portray the emotion that you're meant to have when rapping upon it, if it does not fit the theme, why rap about that thing? You can't fake emotions. If you do that, then you're not human. You are not normal if you're faking something for the sake of winning a tournament. And I understand why Grizzy dropped out. It makes sense. I know Grizzy. Knowing Grizzy, he's not that type of person to fake what he feels. He's very honest about his thoughts. If he believes something is whack, he's going to say that it's whack. If this beat does not fit the sound he's aiming for, he's not going to rap on that. He's not going to do that topic. He's not going to do it. However, the thing with dropping out the tournament is that everyone expected him to actually do it, and that's the reason everyone's mad. It's because he dropped out the tournament and no one really knows from Grizzy's perspective. Everyone's heard from Stevie's perspective. Stevie felt disrespected hearing that Grizzy wasn't going to rap on his beat. He just decided to drop out and not do it. And then Merkins, as a result, has won by default, and now both of them are incredibly annoyed. Well, at least Stevie, I know, is Merkins is just being an asshole. So I understand both sides. The issue is no one else does. The problem with this entire drama, this whole mess, it should not exist. The thing that annoys me personally is that there's absolutely no middle ground in this situation. No one is looking at it from both sides. Everyone's just saying one side is right, the other side is wrong. No one is giving any leeway to any other person, and unfortunately the majority of it is going to the side which is mistaken in the whole situation and doesn't fully understand what's happening. That being Stevie's end. The thing is, Grizzy didn't do anything wrong. Stevie misunderstood the situation, and as a result, has started being a bit antagonistic towards Grizzy, and because Stevie has a much bigger fan base, they're attacking Grizzy now, and Merkins as a result is also attacking Grizzy, and that means more people are going against Grizzy than supporting Grizzy, which is annoying because Grizzy technically hasn't even done anything bad. And the fact that there's no middle ground, no one can really look at this in an objective way and say what is actually happening. That's why I'm here. I'm here to be that middle ground, and I'm here to tell you that Grizzy's done nothing wrong, and Stevie and Merkins need to stop. They should not keep on attacking Grizzy like this. Grizzy's right when people say that people praise fakeness and all that stuff way too much. He's not that type of person. Overall, I don't think that this entire situation should have started, and Merkins has recently dropped his diss track on Grizzy, which I have listened to. It was interesting. I will say that the diss was of course sonically pleasing. Merkins as a rapper is very talented. He can rap well, he can flow, he's got the voice, he's got all that. The thing is, lyrically, if I'm to take Grizzy's word on the situation, since he did his own review of the diss track, we can't really trust what Merk is saying here. What he's saying is fake. And let's be honest, a lot of it is just like bragging rights. It's just the general rapper bragging thing. But what pisses me off more about this situation isn't that Merkham's is dissing and being untruthful. It's Stevie supporting Merc and not supporting Grizzy when Grizzy did his own track representing a final round of his own. That's just unfair. That's not fair whatsoever. Like, Grizzy deserves some shine in this situation, not just Merkham. This is proof that each side is biased and there's no real middle ground. I'm tired of seeing people side with one argument, not look at the other argument, and just not do anything about it. This has worked way too well over the past years, and this needs to stop. People need to grow up, and they need to realize that there's more than one side of a story. And the third side of the story is what actually happened. The first side is Grizzy. The second side is Merc and Stevie. I want to look at that third story, not the other two. And in this third story, Grizzy does not deserve the hate that he's getting. That being said, however, Grizzy is going to be dropping his own diss track on Merkham's pretty soon, and knowing what Grizzy's capable of, we might have to say rest in peace to Merkham's. I mean, after all, we're talking about the dude who made a rest in peace Screwface. It's not looking good for you, Merc. It really isn't. I put integrity and musical ability over a tournament. I understand Grizzy's place in this entire mess. I can see why Stevie and Merc are annoyed, but I don't think they're looking at this from an actual perspective that Grizzy is. They're being unfair. There needs to be a middle ground in this mess. With that being said, I'm your host Harvey Green. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, waste your time somewhere else. For those who made it to the end, Tusen tak.